Hello everyone, this is Shikha. Now it's time to complete the textual part of the chapter Iswaran, the storyteller of the book Moments. Now, question number one: in what way is Iswaran an asset to Mahendra? Asset is called property. Why narrator is saying Iswaran a property for Mahendra? Iswaran was a good domestic assistant for Mahendra. Apart from cooking and doing household chores, he was a great entertainer for his master. He was good at managing resources and he could find vegetables out of nowhere. And to top of it, he never had a complaint while accompanying his master. So all these qualities were there in Iswaran, means he was a very good domestic take carer of Mahendra. He can do cooking, he can do all of the household works like cleaning, washing his clothes, and as well as he also entertain Mahendra by telling so entertaining stories. And he more of that, he was so skilled person that he can manage to cook delicious food even at those places where anybody cannot think about get the fresh vegetables. And most of that, he never complained about anything whenever he is accompanying his master. Question number two: what does Iswaran describe the uprooted tree on the highway? What effect does he want to create in his listener? Now, the very first story that is told by Iswaran in this chapter is asked the description how he started. Iswaran described the tree as giving illusion of a giant monster. It was so huge with weird shape that even Iswaran was frightened initially. That is what Iswaran says. This quality of describing even mundane things in an interesting manner surely creates attention in listeners. Weaving a magic with the words is what good storytelling is all about. So Iswaran was telling that was not a big tree that fell down on the road. He told in the manner that it was looking just like a very big monster is called very big demon, okay, and it was so huge that it is looking a very weird, very strange shape it was giving. And even Ishwaran, who was very brave, even he also got feared with that shape that was lying down in between of the road. So that this is a type of skill of the storytelling, that how you are presenting a simple story, a simple description in so attentive manner that whoever is listening to your story is going to feel so excited. Question number three: how does he narrate the story of a tusker? Does it appear to be plausible? Now, tusker means elephant, and plausible is called to be admired, to be praised. First of all, he creates the tension of fear by depicting how all the students and teachers hid in the classrooms. Then he gives an add on effect by telling other people's plight as well. Then he describes the havoc created by the elephant, and at last, the savior or the hero comes in the form of Iswaran to get rid of the meanness. That is what we see in many Hindi movies. First, the mayhem created by the villain, which the all powerful heroes stops at the end of the climax. So this was a simple incident, the destruction made by the elephant, but how Iswaran told this story that is asked here means Iswaran first made a type of atmosphere that is created by the elephant, then how the teacher and students are horrified and just climb on the classroom, then how the peoples were doing there, how the roads got vacant, then what a type of destruction is done by elephant. Means after telling all this thing, then at last he came to himself, that at last like a hero he himself came and get rid of the destruction made by the elephant and made everybody relaxed and comfortable. So this is a type of Hindi movie scene, a total Hindi movie scene is depicted, that how the destruction is first made by the villain and how the hero come at the climax and take all the distractions out. Question number four: why does the author say that Ishwaran seemed to more than make up for absence of a TV in Mahen's living quarters? So, in the question, it is asked how Ishwaran is regarded as a means of entertainment for Mahen, because Mahendra is not having anything for entertainment like TV, anything else. Mahend more often lives in isolated places which are usually constructed sites. Living in those places can be difficult, especially during spare time. You don't get a means of entertainment, no TV, radio, or anything. Remember, this story is written in the period when elephants were used to ferry heavy goods. If you happen to have a person like Iswaran around, then life becomes easier. Iswaran works at 24/7 TV channel for Mahendra. Now, in this question, it is written about the storytelling skill of Iswaran, that Mahendra has to live at the places which are isolated, means outer part of the city, where nobody can imagine the source of entertainment, like market area, means the TV, radio, any type of entertainment, and anybody cannot imagine. But in Mahen's house, Iswaran was there who can fulfill the absence of TV, radio, or anything else. That was a time, means at that time, means this is the story written very about years ago, when the elephants are used to suppose to pull up the lorries, pull up the vehicles with the keeping the logs of the woods, means machinery is not developed so much at that time. So the person like Iswaran can entertain anyone and they can work for 24/7, and that was the asset for Mahendra. Next question. Mahen calls ghost or spirits a figment of the imagination. What happens to him on a full moon night? Now, Mahen was a person who is not believing in ghost and spirits, but what exactly happens with him? Maybe because of the effect of the great narration by Iswaran, or because of the ambience or isolated moonlight night, Mahind gets an illusion of seeing the ghost. No matter how courageous you are, sometimes the fear factor tends to overpower you. This is what seems to have happened in Mahend's case. Now, exactly, maybe it's a kind of true story, it's a kind of imagination, but if the environment is there like that, that is a isolated place, means nobody is living near you, that is a deserted place, only you and one another person is there in your house, and that person is creating a type of horrible atmosphere by telling a ghost story. So obviously a person, how the brave person is there, no matter, but the type of ambience is there, the type of situation is there, okay, so anybody can have the fear. So maybe this also happens in Mahendra case, that he started feeling a type of fear after creating the environment, the ghostly environment by Iswaran, and according to the situation, the condition or the surroundings of their factory site. Now came to the last question. Can you think of some other ending of the story? The story could have ended on a more positive note. Instead of resigning from his job, Mahendra could have been shown as a real courageous man and proving the ghost theory wrong. Another ending can be of Mahendra and Ishwaran both leaving the place together and in turn continuing their bond, which is depicted earlier in the story. Ishwaran has been explained as a man of all seasons for Mahendra. Now, one of the more positive ending is asked in this question. So one of the positive ending could be like Mahendra, who was not believing in any type of ghost and spirits, so he should be kept on this thing, resisted on this thing, and he should be on the way of proving this ghost theory wrong. Okay, so another positive ending could be that Mahendra and Iswaran both should leave that place and keep continuing their bond as they are sharing previously, because Ishwaran is the like a asset for Mahendra. He is a type of all seasons for Mahendra, man of all seasons, means he was a type of man who does all type of things regarding Mahendra. So these two positive endings could be there, instead of showing Mahendra leaving from his job or like that. But here we have come to the conclusion and the end part of the story after completing all the explanations and question answer part. So that's it for now. We'll meet again.